Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley. And today and the next few days at this time slot, we are going to be learning collocations. That is to say words, adjectives and nouns, verbs and prepositions, some phrases that go together that are very, very commonly used by English speakers in normal, everyday conversational speech and writing. In any case, we'll talk about some of them. We'll do a little reading, talk about, clarify the meanings of some of these phrases, and then maybe do some exercises at the end of class. Okay, well, hello, Heidi again.
Hello, nice to see you again. Before you mentioned that you got accent, car accent?
Not really, trike, which is worse.
Oh, you are riding the tricycle.
Yeah.
Tricycle.
That's right.
I see. Did you cut your cheek?
Yeah. Oh, scrape here. We flipped over. We flipped. So yeah,
dangerous.
Very dangerous. As you know, you have been to the Philippines where I now live. There's no seatbelt in a tricycle, as you know. So if you're getting an accident, it's usually serious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and tricycles are very, very prone to accidents because of the limited view of the driver, and the fact that they're a little top heavy, so they're easy to fall over.
Yeah, dangerous.
Yeah.
I never tried to ride on a tricycle, even jeepney. Yeah, I ride on jeepney, but it's not omnibus. It's our group rented. Jeepney, yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. Jeepneys aren't dangerous because they don't go very fast, and there's nowhere to. Rarely, jeepneys get in little fender benders all the time, but they don't have bad accidents. Trikes are the ones that are really infamous. Years ago, I broke my foot.
Wow.
Yeah, well, whatever. I broke my foot here, and I was hobbling. And, I needed crutches, and I had a cast. And not from a trike, a different accident, but I had to get around by tricycle because it's really hard to get on and off a jeepney or a bus using crutches. So I took trikes all the time. And I could not believe how often the drivers would tell me stories about. They would ask me, "Oh, do you have any metal in there? Do you have any metal in your leg or your foot?" No, just broken. And then they would tell me, I swear to you, like half of the tricycle drivers would tell me stories. I've got metal here in my shoulder. I've got metal over here. I've got metal over there. None of them.
Another wound? No.
What's that?
Oh, the cheek. Did you cut on the cheek?
Cheek and head, and they thought I had a concussion because I had a really pounding headache and a couple scrapes on my hand and my knees. Because you go forward and there's a little. Well, I don't know if you remember, but every trike has a little shelf. So I went forward and hit my head and my knees mostly.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll live. I had to spend the day in the hospital though because they were really afraid I had a concussion because I had a very strong headache and I felt very sick. I couldn't eat for over a day.
Are you okay now?
Yeah, I'm sore everywhere. If you have ever been in a car accident,
hear that.
if you've ever been in, anybody who's ever been in a car accident will know exactly what I mean. You get a couple scratches and bruises, but then your whole body is sore because I don't know, because you tense up and the adrenaline. I don't know what it is about it, but it's happened to me before.
Yesterday we couldn't do any classes of you, so
I
thought maybe connection has problem.
I figured out last week I had connection problems all week. Yesterday I was in the hospital. Today, my daughter's in the hospital
really? What
because
happened?
she has a temperature, not really high temperature, but she has had a temperature for now 4 days. It's not been a good week, Heidi. Not at all. One thing after another. I feel like if I survive the month, I'll be okay. That's my goal, just to live through it.
Bad day.
Bad week, bad month.
Bad week, yeah.
Okay, we've got some others with us, so I'll say hello to them and we'll get the class underway. Hello, Nidair. Welcome back. Well, thank you very much. Thanks. Thanks. Nice to see you again. Likewise. Okay. Welcome back. We're gonna be looking at collocations actually today. Talking about sounds. Be kind of interesting if we can define some of these collocations that talk about sound, describe sounds. Salvatore, welcome. I sound good. Okay. Well, I'm sure. Hello. How are you? Yes, I can hear you. Slight connection problem, I think, Salvatore. You sound slightly robotic. Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
give me.
It's a little better. It's not. Okay, it's a little better. I tried. It's not real clear, but okay. In the meantime, all right. Let's go. Small talk. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to do a screen share, and we're going to read some short paragraphs and talk about some of the sounds in the paragraph. Sounds in nature. Okay, Heidi, can you read this paragraph here, please?
Okay. At first, there was an eerie silence. Then there was a rumble of thunder in the distance. Soon the wind was whistling through the trees, and we could hear the waves crashing on the beach, and the storm had begun.
Okay, so there you go. There's 4 different common collocations to talk about very specific sounds. Okay, an eerie silence. You can use the. That's a great word, eerie. You can use this adjective for different things. Heidi, what else might be eerie? Eerie silence.
Like sinister. Weird.
Right. Weird, right? You might also say an eerie light glowing in the distance. Okay. Sure.
Creepy.
Creepy. Okay, those are definitely synonyms. All right. Thunder, rumbles. What else might rumble, do you think?
Like sound from.
What else rumbles? Thunder. What else? Can you think of another?
Thunder, or even some cars.
Yes.
Locomotion, the rumble. Very
good. A car or locomotive might rumble. Your stomach may rumble. Right? If you're really hungry. That sound your stomach makes when you're really hungry. My stomach is rumbling.
Well, the mountain has landslide.
Ah, yes. Very good. Okay. A mountain, a landslide, or a volcano even. Yeah. Very good. All right. The wind was whistling. I think that's pretty apparent. Okay. And a very common collocation to talk about waves. The waves crash on the beach. This whole thing is very, very common. We don't say they smash into the beach. This is very common to use crash. Okay, hello, Anna. Welcome.
Hello, hello, teacher. Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Very good, and welcome to the class.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
Okay. Nice to see you too. Nader, are you just typing with us today, or can you speak, or just typing? Okay, I'm going to skip you for this little reading section, all right? We'll get back to you, if that's all right. Salvatore. Checking connection.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
testing
Can
1,
you hear
2,
me,
3.
teacher, now?
There we go. Yeah, it's better, actually. Okay. I think it's...
Okay. English.
Hopefully it'll be okay. Can you read this next paragraph? Here?
It was a long place for a picnic. Was little bling streams were singing in the trees. Then we hear the patter of rain on the leaves above us. Steadily, it's turning into a typical British summer day.
Okay. Very good. First of all, babbling stream, babbling brook. Stream or a brook is a small river. The sound that the water makes flowing over the rocks. Okay. But also, Salvatore, what does it mean if a person babbles? Do you know? The verb.
Isabel, can you repeat the question? Can you repeat the question, please?
Sure. This babbling is an adjective here in this collocation. But if a person babbles, a human being babbles, that is to say a verb, as an action, what does that mean? What is the person doing?
Let me think. I'm not sure I tried. Maybe is a pen that make noise, a little noise, maybe.
Well, okay. A person who babbles, the verb to babble as a verb, means that they talk and talk and talk without stopping, and maybe they're not even making sense. It's not even clear what they're saying. Babble can be a noun as well.
Okay, this can be after a man drank a lot of alcohol. Right?
Perhaps. Yeah. Perhaps. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And the verb, actually all of these words, babble, actually come from Babylon. You know, the ancient city, Babylon, where supposedly the story is that God made everyone suddenly talk in different languages so nobody could understand what anybody else was saying. So very much related to all of these uses.
Babylon, sorry, teacher, Babylon is a old city in Iraq, right?
Yeah.
Babylon.
Yeah. That's right. So the element of continuous talk and as well as not being able to understand it. So also, you know, kind of related to a babbling brook or babbling stream. Birds were singing. Well, I think that's quite obvious. Patter. Okay, here it's a noun, obviously, the patter of rain. Patter is basically irregular, a sound. If it's the patter of rain, pop, 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 pop. Popcorn. We don't say popcorn patters, but we should, because that's basically the idea. Wonder why we don't. Anyway, patter can also mean something else. So somebody's, again, referring to a person. If a person's pattering or pattering on about something, patter can be like again, well, like useless information somebody's talking about. Maybe it's trivial because it's just gossip. Maybe it's a constant sales pitch is considered patter as well. Step right up, once in a lifetime offer, come right in and watch the demonstration. Okay, that's patter. Kind of useless talking. Okay. Anna, can you read this next short paragraph, and we'll talk about it a little bit. Let me quickly welcome Ken first.
Yes,
Hi, Ken.
Okay.
Hello.
thank you.
Hello. Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Okay. Anna, go ahead.
Yes. And a sound broke the silence of the wintry landscape. Then suddenly two shoots rang out, and we heard the piercing cry of a dying bird. The hunting season had begun.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Again, a collocation, break the silence.
Yes.
Very common. All right. It's just a phrase that is really, really common for English speakers. You make a sound. Okay. It's a little bit unusual, but I mean, it's a very, very normal phrase, but a little odd because nothing's getting broken really. But okay. Anyway, there it is. If a shot rings out, if the sound rings out, what else can ring out?
Ring out could mean like a sound, a sound with explode. For example, after shoot a gun. I suppose.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Any sudden sharp sound? Obviously, a bell can ring out as well. Bells ring, so that would not be unusual. But any sharp, crisp, loud sound, something can ring
Yes.
out. Somebody's voice can ring out, even. Right. And a piercing cry. Okay, the use of the adjective piercing. Well, what else can piercing mean?
I don't know this meaning. Teacher.
All right. To pierce, the verb, is what I'm referring to.
Making hole.
Yeah, like you pierce your ears.
Through something.
Right, all the way through.
Our ear has pierced.
That's right. You want to wear earrings, you have to pierce your ears. That's right. It goes all the way through. Well, there you go. This is a sound that cuts all the way through you, if you want to think about it abstractly. All right, you almost feel it inside of you. All right, you can be pierced with a sword or a knife. A piercing cry, a very, very sharp sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got it. I got it.
High, loud, high as well. Very high pitch.
Yes.
Loud and unpleasant. Viscerally unpleasant. You feel it inside you. Okay, now we're going to kind of sort of play a little game here, in a way. We're going to look at some of these everyday sounds and the collocation. The adjective first, then what it collocates with. Some collocate with noise, others with sound, maybe a few others with something else. But and then I want to see if you can give me an example or even an example sentence would be maybe easier for you guys, of what would be considered to be a deafening sound or ear-splitting sound. For example, Ken, what would be a deafening sound?
Deafening sound. Maybe it's very loud sound or noise.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. If it deafens you, it makes you so you can't hear.
Yeah.
Or ear-splitting noise.
Correct.
Right. What might be an example?
Yeah. In the rock concert past was deafening the ears, so nowadays concert volume is getting lower, I guess.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. They're making them lower. Yes, but okay. The rock band played with a deafening sound.
Yeah, some people tend to be hearing, difficulty after that, actually.
Yeah. Have you ever experienced that?
Yeah, after the concert in the past, I was hearing the sound noise inside the ear. I don't know how to say it in English, but nowadays it doesn't happen. Maybe
Yeah.
what PA's technique developed or sound itself is lower than ever.
Yeah. Okay. We measure sound in decibels. Decibels. That's a measurement unit for sound. And that's right. So I understand. I can completely relate. You went to a concert and then afterward your ears were ringing.
Right. Yes, my ears was ringing. Yes.
That's a very common. There you go. Another collocation. Okay, Heidi. What would it mean to talk about excessive noise?
Too much.
Too much, excessive. Right. Where might there be excessive noise? What would be a...
The baby crying, excessive noise.
All right, we may be able to kill two birds with one stone here. And Heidi has a background noise. Okay, fair enough. We can hear the youngster kind of crying out. There's a little background noise in Heidi's audio. Okay, well, that's all right.
We are not killing her.
Okay, we hope not, but all right. Very funny. All right, we killed two birds with one stone on that one, I think, and couldn't really illustrate it any better than the actual sound. Okay, Nidair. A muffled sound. What would make a muffled sound? What might be an example of a muffled sound? Can you think of something? Neighbors talking through the walls. Okay. Muffled meaning partially blocked. Right. So if you could hear your neighbors talking through the walls, very good. That would be a muffled sound. You can't recognize really what they're saying. Very good. Yeah. Right. Or, if you try to strangle someone by shoving their head into a pillow. Yeah, that would be a muffled sound. Okay. Let's look at some others. Salvatore. Salvatore, do you know anyone who has a shrill voice or maybe a shrill laugh?
Maybe when someone tell joke of the people listen to, and then they start to shrill.
Well, the key here is with shrill as an adjective, it's very high pitched.
Adjective.
Yeah, it's an adjective, and it's used to mean a very high pitch. Like, for example, A siren. Like that. Somebody has a shrill voice or a shrill laugh. They have a very high, piercing laugh or voice, which is very noticeably high pitched, more than normal. So that's really the idea. A shrill laugh, very high, as opposed to the next one. Anna, what is raucous laughter?
Rushes. It could be like a loud noise. Too. Maybe a strident voice.
A what voice? I'm sorry. Strident?
A strident voice. In this case, laughter.
Okay. Someone with a sort of bold, strident voice would probably have a raucous laugh. Okay. Right. We'd use this raucous laughter to talk about if I don't know, we were next door to a party, and there not only one person, but often this is used when it's a group of people laughing, because it's long and very strong and loud, right?
Yes.
Very good. Okay, yes, that's basically the idea. Commonly, raucous, it's with laughter, not raucous voice. We don't say that. Raucous sound. It's very specific collocation with laughter. It can. How about dull thud? What makes a dull thud?
Maybe heavy crushing sound or something.
Okay. What would make a dull thud? Can you give me an example?
For example, fell from the bed.
Fell out of bed.
Yeah, fell out of the bed. Yeah.
Yep. Somebody falling out of bed would make a dull thud. Very good. Dropping a very heavy rock just onto the ground. Boom. Yeah, that would make a dull thud. Excuse me. Yes, definitely. That's okay. Very good. That's the idea. Great. Heidi, what would make a grating noise or a grating sound?
Oh, the door opened.
Oh, very good. Excellent. Fingernails on a chalkboard. Oh, I can't even think about that. Or a grating noise. If you ever took a fork and scraped it on a plate, yeah, grating on my nerves. Okay.
I like scratching with the chalk on the blackboard.
Yes.
I hate that.
Yes, and it gives you shivers down your spine, perhaps. It does me anyway. And yes, if it's grating, the idea is that it's really, really irritating to somebody. It makes it hard to concentrate, or even I don't know. That I guess it's a physiological effect that chalk can make on a chalkboard, or scraping silverware on a plate. Yeah. All right. Nader, a loud bang, an almighty explosion, almighty bang. Okay. I have to say, Americans don't really use almighty very often. But of course, loud bang, loud explosions, very common. Big Bang Theory. All right. Well, I think it's all right. Okay. A loud bang. What's an example of where you would hear a loud bang? I had an example this weekend. Okay. Well, a big bang. All right. Yeah. Sure. So, what's that? Like, for example, a door. Yeah, you slam a door shut. There you go. That would cause a loud bang. Fireworks erupt. Pow. Two cars collide. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, that's pretty much the idea. Salvatore, the roar of traffic. What else might roar besides traffic?
Maybe when people go talk with their car, there is a roar in the city.
Okay, you cut out a little bit there. Couldn't really quite understand everything. When what about in the city? I'm sorry.
Uh, uh, when when people go to work with their car,
Ah, okay.
there is a roar because there are a lot of cars and motorbike.
Sure. A roar is a loud, continuous sound, or not, maybe not completely continuous. A lion roars, as a noun. The roar of traffic, by the way, is how this is used. Not roar traffic, not straight. Everything else, grating sound, loud bang, just straight collocation. But here we say the roar of traffic. But of course, a lion roars. Jet engine roars. That's like an overwhelming loud sound. Yeah. Okay. Anna, music or
Yes.
the radio's blaring.
When the music is sound a very high volume.
Yes, very good. Often even involving distortion, so it's so loud that you can't hear it clearly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the idea. It's any uh, usually music or radio. Usually we talk about some kind of amplified sound. The TV was blaring. Why is the TV so loud? What do you need the TV blaring like that for? It's almost too loud to concentrate and understand.
Yes.
Oh, right, very good. Ken, when a
Okay.
machine hums or whirs, what machine hums or whirs?
Maybe the noise from the machine.
Sure. What's a machine that has a hum or a whir,
Um,
for example?
Probably the engine, but motorbike?
No.
No.
Well, I guess it's possible,
Mhm.
but usually, see, a motorbike, we would say maybe it purrs, or what was another one that was up here? Something we what would a motorbike do? Oh no, nothing up there. Uh, a motor purrs if you're lucky. If it's running correctly, it purrs like a cat. Um, okay. Hmm. Uh, yeah. Okay. Hum. I
Mhm.
guess. I guess we could. I've heard that before.
Yeah.
The engine was humming.
Mhm.
All right. I guess it's
Well,
possible.
also it means humming the musical humming too.
Oh, sure. To hum, the verb means
Okay.
that's humming.
Mhm.
Um, usually we use these words for something that's a little less loud. Like instead of a
Ah,
motorcycle, wouldn't be the first thing I would think of. I would think of the refrigerator.
yeah, yes, that's right.
Right.
Slightly noisy sound.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not really loud or distracting. We can overlook it, in fact.
Mhm.
All right. As we talked to the factory owner, the machines hummed word in the background. Okay. Yeah. Okay. As it says, a continuous low sound or a continuous low soft sound.
Mhm.
All right. So it's easy to ignore. Ken, do you know what that's called when there's a sound, a constant sound, but it's very constant background noise?
Constant background noise.
Yeah. Think colors.
Colors. White noise.
Yeah, you got it. Very good. White noise. Sometimes, yeah, air conditioning, yes. Sometimes babies who have problems sleeping, sometimes some advice is to let them listen to white noise, whatever. My sister used to fall asleep if you turn the vacuum cleaner on, for example. Yeah, okay. Verbs and sounds. All right, a person can sigh, laugh, loud cry, cry of pain. Oh, here's a cry of agony, a cry of surprise. These are all very common. You can gasp. You can groan. What's a gasp? Heidi, can you gasp?
Like surprise.
Yes. That's a gasp. Here's a sigh. Here's a gasp. Kind of sound alike, probably over the over the microphone. But a gasp, you're actually breathing in. And what's a groan?
Groan is a low sound, but quite noisy.
Oh, yeah. Not high. You're probably low tone, low pitch. You're absolutely right. Oh, my feet are killing me. Oh, okay. Scratching, clicking. What makes a rustling sound? Nader, do you know what is something that might make a rustling sound? Very similar to maybe a scratching sound. Do you know this one? Roaches. Yeah. Okay. I think rustling, and I think about things in the walls, animals in the walls, mice in the cupboard. Okay. Very good. Rustling in the bushes, an animal, a rabbit or something in the leaves. That's a rustling sound. Absolutely. Very good. Crackling. It's a crackling sound. What makes a crackling sound? Do you know, Nader? What's something we could say makes a crackling sound? Fingers. Fingers. You crack your fingers. When people do that, okay, they bend their fingers backwards until the what do you call it? The joints crack. A crackling sound. First thing that I think of, anyway, is a fire. Crackling fire. It's not a bad sound. Okay, it's a crackling fire. All right, it's burning and okay, peaceful, whatever. Okay, let's see if we can try some exercises here. Collocations, maybe in a reading. All right, let's just read on here and see which of the two adjectives will best fit the sentence, will make the best collocations. Anna, from here, my friends.
Yes. My friends, I have to put.
Well, it's 50-50 exercise. You're going to choose
Yes.
either babbling or whistling over here.
Okay. One of these two options. Yes.
Yeah, one of the words in italics will be correct, and the other one's not.
I think is possible whistling string.
Well, first of all, go ahead and read the whole thing. So it's very important to understand the context when we're talking about collocations.
Yes.
All right. So please go ahead and read everything up to the stream.
Um, Sorry, I lost in the screen. My
Okay.
friends whistling strings, and I went camping this weekend. But I
Okay.
don't know. I
All right.
I think it doesn't make sense.
I think
I
you're right.
don't
My friends and I went camping this weekend. We put our tent in a lovely spot beside and then really it should be babbling stream, not whistling stream. Uh,
Okay.
okay,
Okay.
babbling stream or babbling.
Babbling string is when people you don't understand people talking about very clearly,
Well,
maybe.
as a verb, yes, it can be that, or it's often co-located with a stream or a river or the babbling water. Um, if you consider a stream or a brook, it's very small. Generally, there's a lot of rocks. It's the sound that the water makes as it falls down the rocks. Okay?
Okay.
It's a never-ending sound because of the stream doesn't end, but it's that sound that the water makes as it falls down the rocks. We say it's very common to say a babbling brook or a babbling stream. Anyway, that's the idea. Ken,
Okay. Thank you.
you're welcome. Ken,
Okay.
from the birds.
The birds were, I think, singing, and it felt great to be so far from the noisy traffic on the town of the town.
Okay, very good. Yeah, definitely. And singing, it's the ng is the ng sound. There's no g sound there. Singing.
Singing.
Okay. Yes, they're not piercing. That would mean they're stabbing somebody. There would need to be an object now. The birds were piercing the body with their beaks or something like that. They're not making a hole in something. So, okay. Heidi, from the weather.
The weather wasn't very good, but it was cozy listening to the patter of rain on the roof of the tent.
Very good. Patter being sort of irregular sound of rain falling, whatever, falling on the leaves, falling on the roof, falling on the top of your car, whatever. Okay. Nader, when it eventually stopped, there was blank silence all around us. Would it be an eerie silence or a piercing silence? Nader, are you there? Oh. Okay. Hello? All right. Ken. Sorry. Let me go to Anna. I'm sorry. Anna.
Yes. I think when it eventually stopped, there was an eerie, I don't know to pronounce, eerie silence all around us.
That's very good. You pronounced it perfectly. Eerie.
Eerie.
That's perfect, actually. Yes, an eerie silence, a spooky, strange silence.
Yes,
Yeah.
mysterious
Yes.
silence.
Right. Not a piercing. That doesn't make sense. Piercing means, as an adjective here, means very high pitched and loud, disturbing. So that
Yes.
that doesn't make any sense at all. Okay,
Yes.
Ken, can you
Okay, the silence was suddenly broken. And one more?
Yeah, go ahead. Why
Okay.
not? It's the same
When a
sentence.
shot rang out.
Yeah. Someone was shooting rabbits. Okay, the silence was suddenly broken. Ken, why would I ever say the silence was deafening?
Oh, you
Now,
muted. You muted, so I couldn't hear it.
oh, I'm sorry. Why would I say the silence was deafening?
Silence is deafening.
Yeah. Now, it sounds very strange and actually a little crazy to say a piercing silence. But we do have this kind of standard phrase. The silence was deafening. Why would I say that?
Like a sound of silence.
Yeah.
Yeah, that silence causes some effect.
Okay. Yes, it causes some effect. I might say his silence was deafening. His or her silence was deafening. Yes, because you want to hear something. That's right. Okay, that's the idea, the main idea. You might say that because nobody talks and you need a plan, you need a suggestion. Or who stole all the money and the silence was deafening. Nobody's going to admit stealing the money out of the whole group of people. It's a little bit of a sarcastic way. Yes, essentially that you need to hear something and you don't. Or, you know, you're lost in a cave and you can't find your way out and you have no way to find your way out. You might use this expression. The silence was deafening, to kind of talk about that the silence was actually scary because there was not a single sound to be heard. Okay. Loud or soft? Again, 50-50 exercise. Is this a loud or a soft sound? Heidi, a deafening sound. Loud or soft?
Deafening sound.
Is that a loud or a soft sound?
Yeah, loud.
Yeah, almost certainly loud. Very loud.
Very loud.
Next one's a little tricky. Nader, a dull thud. Loud or soft? Soft. Yeah, I would go with you on that. It's kind of a soft sound. A thud. Anna, music blaring out.
High sound, loud sound.
Yes. Yes. High volume, loud sound. Okay. Ken, a machine whirring.
Soft sound.
Definitely.
Continuous sound.
That's it. Heidi, how about a raucous laughter?
Raucous laughter. Uncomfortable sound.
Maybe. Maybe not necessarily, though. Is it loud or soft? Raucous laughter? Probably going to be loud. Yeah. Yes. Well, Heidi does have a point. She notes uncomfortable. Well, maybe not. But the fact is, it's interesting, but you would never describe your own laughter as raucous. Or if you were part of the group that was laughing, you would never say, oh, we laughed raucously. Probably not. That would be very unusual. We only use it really to describe some other person or person.
Usually laughter is very good for us, but
sure.
Sometimes it's not good.
Well, if it's
annoying laughter sound.
Yeah, raucous laughter could be annoying, in fact. And yeah, there is an element of it's too loud. So, yeah. Okay. All right, Nidair, a shrill voice, loud or soft? Loud, yeah, definitely loud. Too loud and too high, more to the point. Shrill sound is very high, annoyingly high. Anna, an almighty bang.
Almighty bang. I think it's a loud sound.
Really loud. Yeah. Okay. Obviously. Ken, an ear-splitting noise.
Definitely loud.
Definitely loud. Heidi, a machine humming.
Before former apartment, the window direction was very bad. So in the midnight, we couldn't get a breeze from the wind. So finally, I put the air conditioner. But midnight, daytime is okay, but midnight it's quite noisy, the machine humming sound. So I don't like air conditioner.
Okay. No, but primarily this would be considered a soft sound, unless it was maybe midnight in the middle of the evening when there was no other sound.
Yeah,
Okay.
I couldn't sleep by the sound.
All right. Okay. Nader, someone giving a sigh. Yeah, that's a soft sound. Definitely. Although I must say, there's a sigh and then there's a heavy sigh. Speaking of collocations, a heavy sigh, of course, is going to be a bit louder. Okay, that's a heavy sigh. So, all right, if you use another adjective, that could be a little different. Yeah, well, it's still soft. Well, it's still louder than, less soft than a sigh. A heavy sigh is a little louder. Okay, Anna, number
Yes.
11.
Rustling sound.
Yeah.
Rustling sound. I think is loud.
I don't think so. A rustling sound
No?
like a mouse is crawling under the leaves. That would make a rustling sound.
Okay.
Okay. It's a
Okay,
little,
okay.
I think, a soft sound.
Okay.
This
Thank
is a
you.
sound. If you hear a rustling sound, the first thing you're going to think of is animals or insects. Okay, like a
Okay.
small animal,
Okay.
not like a grizzly bear, like a rabbit or a mouse.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Ken, a muffled sound.
I think it's very soft sound.
Yeah, definitely, because it's partly blocked. That's why it's muffled. Okay. Continuing. All right, talking about examples. Heidi? No, you can.
Yeah,
Can you read this?
read what?
Answer these questions down here. Number 1.
What is more likely to make a dull sound? A person falling out of bed onto the carpeted floor in the room above you, or a heavy metal box falling onto the stone floor.
Aha.
Haha.
So,
Metal
which,
box is not onto a stone floor. Maybe it's very noisy. So
yeah.
heavy metal, or a person falling down from the third floor onto the ground.
From the 3rd floor? Ouch. Okay. Yeah, a person falling out of bed, actually, Ken mentioned this earlier. Definitely that's a dull thud. Heavy metal box onto a stone floor, I would say that is a clang, or even a sharp clang.
Yeah,
Clang.
I think so.
Another
Not that.
clang. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Nader, number 2. Who who is more likely to have a shrill voice? Primary school children or old age pensioners? Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Nader, who will have a shrill voice? School children or elderly people? Of course, anyone could have a shrill voice, but more likely. Well, I lost him again there. Well, I could tell you from having having 2 young daughters, the answer clearly here is primary school children. All of my, I have 1 nephew, but I have a lot of nieces, and when they all come to my house at once, I have a lot of shrill voices. Shrill babbling voices, I would even venture to say. Okay, Anna, number 3.
Yes, if waves are crashing on the beach, are they more likely to be little waves or big waves? I think little waves because the water when arrive on the beach don't doesn't have more strength, I think.
Well, I think a bigger wave is going to crash on the beach. It's going to make a sound. If there's very small waves, you may hear the sounds of the surf, where you just see a few bubbles coming in, going out, coming in, going out. When the wave crashes, that means it crests and it slaps the sand on the beach. So it's got to be fairly big, actually. So
Yes,
yeah.
because I thought when the water crash on the rock, the sound is very loud than in the beach.
Oh, well, you just haven't been to the right beach. Sometimes if the waves are big enough, believe me, it makes a lot of noise even just hitting the beach, not necessarily a rock. Yes, and the waves do crash into the rocks. You are right about that.
Okay.
Okay, Ken, number 4.
Okay. If you hear a piercing cry, is it more likely to be from a machine or from a bird? I think it sounds like a bird.
I think you're right. The very high-pitched sound. So
P or something.
yeah. Plus a cry. We don't say a machine cries.
That's
A
right.
machine is inanimate. So
Kind of cry is more emotional.
that's right. It's from an animal or a human. Yeah, we would never say that a machine cries. Okay. Last one. Okay, Heidi.
What is more likely to make an ear-splitting noise? A group of motorbikes rolling past, or a large waterfall in a fast-running river? Maybe a group of motorbikes.
Yeah. Personally, I think this could be either one. Either one. I don't think there's a right answer to this. I think both are right answers, in my opinion. If you're standing right next to the waterfall, you're not going to be able to hear anything. You're not going.
It's a natural sound, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's a natural sound, right? Ear splitting means annoying as well. So, all right, that's a good point. Okay, thank you very much. We are out of time, so I have to go. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.